everybody here for the first time today? Wonderful. What's your name?
Eve Abrams.
Wonderful. How'd you find the Miracle Center?
Well, my husband and I moved here from Tulsa about 1.5 years ago, and 20 years ago in Tulsa I sat through my classes on the Course in Miracles for about 1 year.
Nice.
And have been interested ever since, but haven't done anything as far as much reading or studying, so I thought I would check this out.
Wonderful. Are you new to Denver? Is that
Yeah, about 1.5 years ago.
Well, welcome to Denver.
Thank you.
And the Miracle Center.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the Sunday service, we do a rotation of teachers. So it's a different teacher each Sunday.
Okay.
Okay. Wonderful. And
Great.
I'm Anna.
Nice to meet you.
Anybody else here for the first time or feel like they are? All right. Any course virgins? Heck no. Okay, good. That's good to know. All right, so I always start my classes off with an opening meditation, just to enable our minds to become present and to slow down. And I always end my class with an integration meditation. So, so for about 5 minutes, we'll just quiet the mind, open the mind, allow our minds to come back home to the present moment, and then we'll go into the section that we have for today. So, is the camera on? Okay. Wonderful. Okay. So go ahead and close your eyes. All right. So let's just begin by drawing our awareness inward where there is no separation, and drawing our awareness inward where the idea of loss is impossible. Drawing our awareness inward. Just bringing your awareness to your breath, and using your breath to focus your awareness in the right now. Drawing our awareness to this moment now that is perfect and precious and complete. This moment now, as the Course calls it, the holy instant, which is this instant and every instant. This moment now, and we take this moment now and we see it as all there is of time. Now. And we open our awareness to the perfection and the completeness and the holiness of this moment now. And then we ask of the higher mind, show me the perfection and the power of this moment right now. And then we rest back into the perfection and the power of this moment now. We rest back into it. Use your breath to help you to rest into perfection of this moment now. And see if you can tune into the perfect completeness that is this moment. How this moment is full and complete. It has everything. Everything that you could need or want. See if you can feel and perceive the fullness, the brimming over fullness of this moment now. Forget to breathe it in. Breathe in that fullness. Breathe in the relief. The relief that comes when you become present to the present. And then the next piece that A Course in Miracles teaches us about practicing the holy instant is that once you have tuned into the perfection of the holy instant, that you then give that holy instant back to the higher mind to use for you and to use for the world. And so the Course teaches us to do this. This holy instant, right now, would I give to you, higher mind? And I ask you to be in charge. Because we would follow you, higher mind, certain that your direction will bring us peace. So we choose to tune into the perfection of this moment now, its fullness, its power, and then we give it over to the higher mind to use, to take around the aching world and to give this holy instant to those around the world who need a miracle to save them right now. this holy instant would we give to you, higher mind. Be you in charge of it. Take this holy instant around this aching world and give it to whomever you know needs it and could use it. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, just bring your awareness back to your body, sitting in this chair, in this room, in this place. Alright. And to that we say amen. Alright. Where I'm gonna be teaching out of the teacher's manual today, and if you're reading along, it's in the teacher's manual, and it's the section called "Who Are God's Teachers?" So once you find that section, go back one paragraph to the section before. So, is that clear?
Yeah.
Sure, okay. So you go to the section called Who Are God's Teachers? And then you go back one paragraph, the last paragraph in the section before that. And so, the paragraph that I'll start on is "Except for God's Teachers." Okay, so everybody see where that's at? Okay, so the purpose that I heard for this section this morning, last night when I was looking over the section, was what I heard was Spirit saying to me, time to do a little bit of a review and a reminder for who you are, why you're here, and what you're supposed to be doing here. Who you are, why you're here, and a reminder of what your job is, what you're here to do. Who you are, what you're here to do, and how you're gonna do it, and to remind us. Because the Course says that the lonely are those who see no purpose for themselves to fulfill in the world. So you feel lonely, you feel incomplete, you feel empty when you have forgotten why you're here and who you are. Now, once you remember who you are and why you're here and what you're here to do and the value of that, then you can no longer be lonely or feel like, what am I doing here? What's my value? You can only have self-doubt and question your value when you don't see the purpose you have to serve in the world, your value to the world. But when you remember your value to the world, who you are and why you're here, then you could no more doubt your worth or feel lonely. Isn't that interesting? So that's what I heard was time to do a little review, reminder about who you are, why you're here, and how you are to do it, and what you have been given in order to do that. Okay? Does that sound like a practical purpose? All right. So it says, so we're going to go into who are God's teachers, what is a teacher of God, and what are the special gifts that you've been given in order to do that. So it says, except for God's teachers, there would be little hope of salvation. If it wasn't for us, there would be little hope of salvation for the planet. Because without us, the teachers of God, then the world of ego would seem forever real. If it wasn't for us, there would be no hope for the world. That we're it. Pitiful as that may seem, poor world. Except for us, the world has no hope for salvation. Okay. It says, the self-deceiving must deceive, for they must teach deception. And what is hell? What else is hell? What is hell except self-deception? So, when do you suffer? When do you experience the world as hell? When do you experience your life as hell? When you are deceiving yourself. The Course in Miracles says, pain is proof of self-deception. You're deceiving yourself. That's when you suffer. That's when you experience your life as hell. Okay? So, it says, this is a manual for the teachers of God, the teachers of love. Now, here's the first thing to know about the teachers of God. They are not perfect. Good. Check. Okay. Qualifications for being a teacher of God, you are not perfect. Check. Great. Okay. Well, that's okay. I can do that. Okay. Good to know. To be a teacher of God, to be a teacher of love, who is responsible for the salvation of the planet, first thing, you don't have to be perfect. You are not perfect. You will not be perfect. Don't need to be perfect in order to be a healer to the planet. Good to know. You are not perfect. The teachers of God are not perfect. It's the first thing you need to know. And the next thing you need to know is that if you were perfect as a teacher of love, guess what? You wouldn't be here. Check. Sorry. Those who have accepted their perfection, they don't come here. They go somewhere else. This is where those who have not accepted their inherent perfection come to learn of their inherent perfection. And how do you learn of your inherent perfection as created by God? You're gonna have to teach it. So you are not perfect in your awareness. That's why you're here. And then it says, yet it is your mission to become perfect here. Okay. Now, how do you do that? You have to teach perfection over and over in many ways. That's how. Until you have learned it. So, if you knew of your inherent perfection, you wouldn't be here. The reason for being here is to learn that you are perfect, which means complete. And the way you do that is you teach it. And how do you teach it? Over and over. Over and over. And in many ways until you have learned it. Okay, until you have learned, oh, I'm perfect. Okay, what does that mean? Does that mean I don't make mistakes? It just means that no, I was created having everything that I would ever need. I was created having everything forever. That's what it means, that I am perfect. I was created complete. I wasn't created missing anything. I was created complete. With all the joy, all the power, all the sinlessness, all the love, all the gifts. I was created lacking nothing. Okay? But I have forgotten that. That's why I'm here, and now I'm here to teach perfection over and over and over, and in many ways until I learn it. Okay? And then, once we have learned of our perfection, because we taught it over and over and in many ways, then we are seen no more. Isn't that great? Then you are seen no more. Once you have accepted that by teaching it, you're seen no more, although your thoughts remain a source of strength and truth forever. That's how it goes. Okay? Once I have accepted my own perfection by teaching it over and over and over and over in many ways, then you see me no more. But my ideas will remain a constant source of what? Of strength and truth forever. So everybody who's still here, still learning perfection, having to teach it, then my thoughts will remain a source of strength for everybody who is on the same path, a little bit behind time-wise. It remains, my ideas remain a source of strength and truth forever. Okay? Then it says, who are the teachers of God? Who are the teachers of God? How are they chosen? And what do they do? How can we, the teachers of love, work out our own freedom and the freedom of the world? Well, this manual attempts to answer these questions. Okay. So, any questions or comments so far about who are you, what are you doing here, how are you going to do it?
When it uses the word manual, are they referring to the manual for teachers, or are they referring to the whole book of A Course in Miracles?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. Because this is a teacher's manual. This is the teacher's manual. So yeah, this manual specifically, but absolutely, the whole curriculum is about that. The whole curriculum is about learning of your perfection and learning how to teach that perfection. And the Course in Miracles says teaching means demonstrating. Teaching has nothing to do with what you say at all. Maybe the words you use are coinciding with what you're teaching, but not usually. Not usually. So just remember, teaching is not words, teaching is demonstration. What are you demonstrating? Okay, that's what teaching really means. Okay. Any other questions or comments before we go on? All right. So, first of all, who are God's teachers? Who are they? Well, a teacher of God is anyone who chooses to be one. Good to know. Check. Okay. A teacher of God's qualifications consist solely in this. This is how you become a teacher of God. This is how you become a teacher of God. Somehow, somewhere, you made a deliberate choice in which you did not see your interest as apart from someone else's. Okay? So, in that moment where you saw someone else's interests as not separate from your own, their peace is my peace, their healing is my healing, as they feel loved, so do I feel loved. In that moment, you became a teacher of God. Even if you don't even believe in God. You became a teacher of love, you became a teacher of truth. That's how it happens.
That's a good point. Even if you don't believe in God.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's a
even
wonderful point.
even if you don't believe in God, you just became a teacher of God.
Or even if you're not following the course for that matter.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful thought.
Exactly. And I love then it says, once you have done that, so one time, once you have seen someone else's interest as not separate from your own, then guess what? Your road is established and your direction is sure. Done. Now you are on the path to God, to perfection, to peace. I love that. I make that decision, my road is established. Beautiful. So even though I may wander, even though I may not know where the heck I'm going or what I'm doing, my road is still established. My foot is firmly placed on that path, and it's done deal. I'm on the path now. My road is established. so that even though I may feel confusion, I don't know where I am, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know where I'm going, where am I? I'm still on the path. My road is still established. What has happened is that a light has entered the darkness. The moment I made that decision, saw someone else's interest is not separate from my own, a light has entered the darkness. Now, this light that has entered the darkness, you, may be a single light, but that single light is enough. Because in that moment where you saw someone else's interest is not separate from your own, you have entered an agreement with God, even if you don't yet believe in God. I like how it says, even if you don't yet believe in God. Doesn't matter. A light has entered the darkness. You've entered an agreement with God. It doesn't matter if that is a single light. It doesn't matter, because that light is enough. That one teeny little spark is enough. You have become a bringer of salvation. You have become a bringer of release. You've become a bringer of freedom to the world. You've become a teacher of God. How beautiful. Just for that single moment of correct perception, where for a moment you did not see yourself as separate. When you see someone else's interest as not separate from your own, that is a moment where you are, you do not see separation. You have an awareness that you're not separate. You have an awareness that we are one. And that single awareness brings a light into the darkness. You become a light into the darkness. A light has entered the darkness. You have become a bringer of freedom and healing to the world. Yes?
I was just going to say, I think we've seen some incredible examples of that the last week, with the tragedies happening and people taking the stance that they're one with what would be the other
Yes.
side.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right, you know, and it is what brings light into the darkness, to the darkened world. That is how light comes into the world. Light comes into the world through us, through that single correct perception of non-separateness. As their interests, their peace is my peace. How beautiful that to save the world is so simple. Nothing but one correct perception, one altruistic, truly altruistic decision or perception, and you become a savior to the world. That's pretty powerful. That's how powerful that one single light is. That's how powerful that one correct perception is. Powerful enough to save a world. That's pretty powerful. So I don't have to become perfect. I don't have to have an audience of millions. I don't have to have a certain level of education or anything. I don't have to be perfect. All I have to do is have one correct perception, and I save a world. That's powerful. That's how powerful correct perception is. Wow. Good to know. It takes so little on my part, because I'm kind of lazy and kind of selfish, kind of narcissistic. You know, mostly thinking about myself most of the time, just telling the truth. So it's a good thing that all it takes is one altruistic perception, one correct perception, and I save a world. That's pretty good. This really is truly the lazy person's guide to salvation. The lazy and narcissistic persons. Because the ego is the ultimate definition of narcissistic. That's what the ego is. The ego is me, 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 me. My pleasure, my comfort, my protection, me, my, me. What about me? It's all about me. That is the ego that we share. And so if you have one thought that is not me, my comfort, my pride, my protection, one thought where it's like, no, actually, as they are healed, then I am, because we are one. One thought like that is powerful enough to reverse all the damaging negative effects of our narcissistic ego, enough to save a world. Thank you, course, for making it so easy on a narcissistic ego like mine. All right, this is my kind of course. So then it says, the teachers of God, they come from all over the world. The teachers of God come from all religions and from no religion. The teachers of God are the ones who have answered. That's who is a teacher of God. Not the one who's perfect, not the one who's enlightened, not the one who has it all together. It's the ones who answered. That's all. The ones who answered. So I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to have it all together. I don't need to not have an ego. I just have to have answered. And it says that they are the ones who have answered. Now the call that they've answered is universal. That means that this call goes on all the time, everywhere. And what is this universal call calling for? Well, the universal call is calling for teachers to speak for it and redeem the world. So, there's a call, it's universal, it's going on all the time, and it's always saying, hey, are you ready yet to help me save the planet? Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet to help me save the planet? Are you ready yet? Are you willing? Are you willing to help me save the world? Says this call. And it's universal, and it's going on all the time, everywhere. It's calling to everybody, everywhere, all the time. The call. And the teachers of God, the saviors of the planet, are the ones who go, okay, all right, I don't have anything else better to do. You know, like, really, what else better do we have to do than say, okay, I'm ready to take my place among the healers of the planet. And that's it. So our job is just to answer the call and say, okay, yes, all right. That's it. So that's who is the saviors of the planet, the healers of the planet. Those who say, yes, all right, even though I'm perfect, even though I'm imperfect, even though I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't even know who I am, I don't know anything. I'm confused most of the time. I'm self-deceiving, as evidenced by a lot of the pain that I feel. But, okay, I'll answer it anyway. That is the qualifications of a healer of the planet. Nice. I can do that. Now, it says the call is calling for folks to speak for that call and save the world. Now, many hear this universal call. Many hear it, but few will answer. Many hear the call, but few will answer. But it's just a matter of time, because everyone will answer in the end. Oh, good to know. Everybody's going to say, okay, eventually. Eventually everybody will go, all right, yes. But he says, it's all a matter of time because everyone will answer in the end, but that end can be a long, long way off. What end? The end where everybody goes, okay, yeah, I say yes, I'll take my place among the healers of the world, even though I'm imperfect. That end could be a long, long way off, and it's because that end, that eventuality could be a long, 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 long way off. It's because of that the plan of the teachers was established. So there's a plan of the teachers that was established. It may be a long way off that everybody says yes, I'll take my place among the healers of the world. Okay, so to mitigate for how long that may take, there was a plan of the teachers that was established. Interesting, the plan of the teachers, I like that. How is the world saved? Well, a plan of the teachers was established. And the function of the teachers of God is to save time, to bring that eventuality, which may be a long, long, long way off, to bring it closer, to save time. So what do teachers of God do? They condense time. So Course in Miracles says that a miracle is something that condenses time so that what might have taken a long, long time happens like that. That's what a miracle does. Every time you have a right thought, it condenses time. So what might have taken a long time happens like that. And that's the function of the teachers of God, to save time, to condense time. And each teacher of God begins as a single light, but with the call at their center, it is a light that cannot be limited. And each teacher of God saves 1,000 years of time as the world judges time. But to the call itself, time has no meaning. Wow. Okay, how much time does each teacher of God save?
1,000 years.
That's a lot of time, as the world judges it. Isn't that great that it gave us that number? Oh, we love numbers. I say, what? How much time do I save? 1,000 years. Oh, that's pretty good. That's impressive. Okay, I'm saving 1,000 years of time. So, that's beautiful. But to the call itself, time has no meaning. Okay, so now, does that seem like a valuable gift that we give to mankind? Does that seem like a valuable gift that you give to mankind? To save mankind at least 1,000 years of time until mankind wakes up to the heaven that is reality? Does that seem like a valuable gift to mankind? I would say so.
I want it to be more than 1,000.
Of course.
That's not near enough. If we've been here 1 billion, I want to save 1 billion years.
I hear you, girl. Well,
We're not in
if you
charge.
add up those thousands of years with all the teachers of God who said, I'll take my place among the healers of the planet, you might be reaching 1 billion. Absolutely. So, and each time you do your work as the teacher of God that you are, then you are igniting 1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000 years with every person whose interest you see is not separate from your own. 1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000 years. So now, if we really accepted that, then our self-doubt would be greatly diminished. What is self-doubt about? Why is it we're still doubting ourselves? Why is it we're still doubting our worth and our value? Why is that?
Because we're acting out of our ego so much. And the path I'm on in my job, I think, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? But if you view it like you're saying, that every moment there's an opportunity there, it really doesn't matter what you're doing, because you're,
Exactly.
yeah.
And you can't, this self-doubt is diminished or eliminated when you remember your value. That's what I love about A Course in Miracles. That's one of the greatest things A Course in Miracles has given to me, was it truly enabled me to heal and correct a lot of self-doubt. A lot of self-doubt that I was harassed and plagued by all my life. You know, and especially if you had parents who were critical or who didn't see your value because of their own fear, because of their own self-doubt. So you have parents who are not aware of their own value, and so they're not communicating to you your essential value and worth. And so we come into life and we grow up just very, very pitiful awareness of our value and plagued with a lot of self-doubt. Am I valuable? Am I worthy? Right? And then all our relationships are like this. Will you give me my value? You make me valuable? Am I valuable? Am I worthy? Am I valuable? Right? And then we're using our relationships to suck them dry of trying to get value and worth from them. That is not their function. Plus it doesn't work. As we have seen. So the Course in Miracles says whenever you are questioning your value or your worth, you're supposed to ask, or you're supposed to say to yourself, God Himself established my value. God Himself established my worth. That's what the Course says we're supposed to say or remember when we are experiencing self-doubt. You know, AKA feeling insecure, feeling inadequate, you know, things we're well familiar with. Okay. But when you remember who you are and what you're doing here and how crucial you are to the healing of the planet, you can't feel self-doubt. You can't be doubting your value. You can't be doubting your worth when you remember who you are and how necessary you are. And that you, with your decision, saved the planet 1,000 years of suffering. It's hard to feel self-doubt.
Question. So does that mean no matter what circumstance we're in, like no matter like where we're living, what relationships we're in, what job we're in, all of that, it doesn't, we have to assume, we should assume we are in the place we're supposed to be?
That's exactly right. Absolutely, because it goes on to say that once you have become what you are, a teacher of God, when that occurs, then certain pupils have been assigned to you. And as soon as you go, I'll take my place among the healers of the world, even though I'm totally imperfect, your students, now they're ready, and they start looking for you. And so they're going to be looking for you, and wherever you are, they're going to find you. So, yes, you can assume that once you have made that decision, then wherever you are is perfect, and whoever's around you is perfect, and you can assume that whomever shows up after that has been assigned to you. And so people come into your life, and instead of going, you go, oh, special assignment, special assignment, special assignment. This person is a special assignment. This person has come into my field, into my life, Because when I made the decision to take my place among the healers of the planet, they became ready and they began seeking me out. And that's why they're here. Contrary to whatever else your ego tells you about them. All right. Then it says, and this is the most important part, there is a course for every teacher of God. The form of the course varies greatly. So do the particular teaching aids involved in the course for each one of us. So, you're a teacher of God, you're a healer of the planet, guess what? The form of what you're going to be teaching varies greatly. So, you'll be teaching it in your own way. You'll be doing your healing of the planet in your own special way. It's totally tailored to where you think you are, what you think you have. And it says this, but the content of what you're teaching never changes. The central theme of what you're going to be teaching, the course you're going to be teaching, is this: God's children are guiltless. All the souls of God are guiltless, and in their innocence is their freedom. That is the universal core of what you're going to be teaching. Now, the way you teach that is very individual to you. The time you think you're in, the gifts you have, the limitations you believe you have. Every teacher of God has a very special form of the universal course that they're going to be teaching. So just know that the way that you teach that core lesson, well, that's going to be different for you than everybody else. So we take that thing off of us. It's like, well, should I be teaching like that? Or should I be teaching like them? Or am I supposed to be teaching like that? Or am I supposed to be teaching like them? Am I supposed to be teaching like that? Well, if I'm not like teaching like Deepak Chopra, well, obviously, it's less valuable. So there is a course for every teacher of God. That means you'll have your own specialized format or teaching curriculum on the surface, but the core of what you're teaching remains the same. For every teacher of God, the core message is this: you are innocent, and your innocence is your freedom, is your power, is your healing, is your joy, is your peace, is your abundance. That's what we're teaching. That's the core of our message. How we do that is going to be highly individualized, so no need to be comparing ourselves to other teachers of God and how they do it. No need. No more comparison. No more comparison. You have a very specialized course form that you will be teaching the one universal curriculum, the one universal message with. And that's really crucial. So what are we going to be teaching every person that is sent to us? The one message we're giving to everybody in our own special way is this: you are innocent. You are guiltless. You are guiltless. You are sinless. You are innocent. And that innocence, your guiltlessness, that's your power. That's your healing. That's your freedom. That's what we're going to be telling everybody that we meet. Everybody who's assigned to us. How do you know who's assigned to you? They won't
You're
go
looking
away.
at them.
You're looking at them. Or you're thinking about them. Or they're thinking about you. That's how you know. Takes all the guesswork out of that, eh?
And the ones I don't like, I have to accept that they're my savior.
Absolutely. They are
'Cause I'm choosing the
also,
wrong teacher.
they are also your pupil and your teacher who have been assigned to you.
Or I think I don't like.
Yeah, like the Course says, There's no accidental encounters. None. Zero. Never has been, never will be. They're all assignments. And specifically assigned for you, to you. And as soon as you made that decision to take your place among the saviors and the healers of the planet, then they're ready. And they come looking for you.
A sign.
What do you say?
A sign,
A sign?
like assignments.
Oh,
Like
a
sign.
sign, right, assignments, a sign, I like that, thank you. Now, here's how you may teach the one core lesson that you are teaching whoever shows up, whoever's assigned to you. Here's how you're going to teach that lesson. Well, you can teach it by actions, you can teach it by thoughts, you can teach it in words, or you can teach it soundlessly, you can teach it in any language, or in no language. You can teach it in any place or time or manner. Sounds like a Dr. Seuss poem. On a train, on a plane. What's the other ones? In the rain. You can teach it any way and every way. It doesn't matter. It says it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter who you were before you heard that call. Oh, that's good to know. Up until this moment, I could have been the most egotistical, selfish, mean, self-centered person. It doesn't matter who I was. To the moment I answered that call. Isn't that beautiful? I'm so glad to hear that. I don't have to worry about, how I was or how I've been being or what I think I was to that moment. It says, because the fact of the matter is you became a healer and a savior by your answering. Isn't that nice? How do I become a healer to the planet? Not by making myself a better person. I need to make myself a better person. Smarter, more enlightened, more loving, more educated. Nope. Nope, I answered, that's all. That's what made me into a valuable, needed, necessary healer to the planet. I answered, that's it. Again, I answered, which means I have seen someone else as myself. And once I did that, I found my own freedom and the freedom of the world. In other words, in my rebirth is the world reborn. That's how it happened. I love it. That enables me, that helps me to be willing to say yes and to stand up and go, okay, I'll take my place among the healers of the planet. Okay, you're telling me it doesn't matter who I was up to this moment, even if I was the most egotistical person you ever met, up until this moment now, it doesn't matter. I become a healer to the planet by answering and saying, okay, yes, all right. I don't have anything better to do. That's how it happens. That helps me to be willing to take my place among the healers of the world and to become what I am, which is a teacher of God. In a world whose only hope is you. What is it? It says, except for the teachers of God, this world would have no hope. Except for us, the teachers of God. And the plan of the teachers was established to save the world. So, in other words, the world is saved not because God's like, like the old stories of like the world is saved when God comes down and God, God kicks out all the bad seeds and collects the very few remaining good ones, takes them to heaven, rest. Too bad, sucker. That's the old plan of salvation that we heard, right? How many is it? 144,000? How special is that? That's the old plan, is the salvation of the planet that we learned through our, olden teachings that obviously came from the ego. The Course says the way that the world is saved is through us, the plan of the teachers. We join together for that holy purpose of helping each other. So we have to learn that we can save ourselves. And the way you save yourself is by saving others. And the way you save others is this. Every person you meet or think of, with words or no words, or actions or no actions, you communicate to them, you are innocent. You are guiltless. And your guiltlessness is your freedom. That's how we save the world, and that's how we save ourselves. That's our one purpose, our one message to everyone we meet. Wow. So there you have it. There you go. All right. So we're going to stop here. Okay, so it's 12 noon. If you need to go, you're innocent. And in your innocence is your freedom. If you need to run out of the room even before I'm done because I'm running over, you are innocent. And in your innocence is your abundance. Bye, sweetie. All right, so we want to do some announcements, and then I'll just do a quick integration meditation, 2 minutes, and I'll let you run out of the room screaming. Ah!
Just one quick announcement from me, and that is the movie is today at 12:30. It's Castaway with Tom Hanks and Helen Hunt, and we'll be starting promptly at 12:30. So please, there's going to be popcorn, there's a lot of soda that you can enjoy. It'll be a fun time, and you'll be cool.
Ah, yeah,
So-
you know how to really sell something.
Feel free to join us.
Beautiful, thank you. Any other announcements?
Yeah, next Sunday, the 15th, John Mundy will be our leader.
17th.
Pardon? 17th, excuse me. John Mundy will be our leader for the gathering. And then in the afternoon, he will have, I think it's a 4-hour afternoon workshop for $35, and you just pay at the door. And the following Sunday, the 24th, we will have Margie Tyler, Joe Scholender, and Mira Balanoff will be here to talk about the new book, One with God.
I've got just the opposite, are you sure?
Wonderful, how
I
exciting.
got Margie and Joanne for the 17th and John,
No.
I think, for the 20th.
No, John Mundy's next week.
Okay.
Beautiful. And I do my Course in Miracles classes every Monday night here, 7:30 to 9. Drop-in donation. And I'm starting a new class on Wednesdays, or every other Wednesday here at the Miracle Center, starting August 10th. And that class is a combination of, I'm calling it Transcendental Miracle Meditation. So it's a meditation class. And also my other favorite sacred text, the Urantia book. So that's something I'm starting August 10th here at the Miracle Center. And that's it.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
Just one other question.
Mhm.
You recorded this. Is this available
Yes.
online?
Yes, all of my classes I post on YouTube. So all you have to do is go to YouTube, put my name in, and you'll see all my classes,
Oh,
Yeah.
including today?
including today. And I always, in every class I date it. That's the first part of it. So, you know, it'll go, like today would be 16:07, whatever, and then what's the date of today?
10.
10. So it'll be 16:07:10. And then it'll have the title, whatever title I gave to it. So, just know those are all available online. I also online, I read the course to music so that it's as a meditative healing tool for myself and for others. So if you ever just need something where you can just listen to the course because you're too insane to open the book, like I am sometimes. I'm so insane I can't even open it. So I'll get into the bathtub, give myself a cup of tea, and I'll put it on so that it goes in one way or another. And those are called Lullaby Course. So you can find those on YouTube as well. All right. I guess I'll just do a couple minutes, just 2 minutes of an integration meditation that I always do at the end of my classes. And if you need to leave, you're totally innocent. So, okay, some music. All right. Okay. And I'll just go to the next one. Alrighty then. Go with something that will work. Okay. Alright, so go ahead and close your eyes. Just take a breath. And just tune into how you feel right now, having heard these ideas today. And how does it feel to have heard the ideas and to have heard them with other beings around you in a circle? And so the first thing, let's just go ahead and spend a couple of moments listening for or tuning into that call, that universal call that's going on all the time, everywhere, to everyone. And let's just tune in to the call. The call, calling to you, saying, are you ready yet to help me heal the planet? Are you ready yet? Will you? And maybe the call has other words. Let's tune into the call, the universal call. Tune your awareness to the universal call. How is that universal call calling to you today? What words does it use? separate feelings. And even though the call is universal, it comes to each one of us very personal, in a very personalized, very intimate way. And then answer it. What's your response? What's your answer to that call that's being made very personally to you right now? And how fully, with your heart, how open-heartedly can you respond to that call? Once you've answered that call, now we allow the higher mind, the universal mind, to give us our marching orders, which is this. Now that you've answered the call, now that you have stood up and said, yes, I will take my place among the healers of the planet, great. Now here's your marching orders. Wherever you go, whomever you're with, whether you use words or no words, or actions or no actions, always be teaching the one message. You are innocent. You are guiltless. And in your guiltlessness is your freedom, your healing, your power. Go forth and teach that one message to everyone in every circumstance, to everyone who's assigned to you, just everyone who's in your field. Let that be your one message. So take that message in. And then to seal this practice, I want you to think of somebody in your field, in your life. Someone whom you forgot why they were there. You forgot they were assigned to you for you to give them that message, and you know you forgot because you have pain with them. You've been deceiving yourself through them. And I want you to pull that person into your mind's eye. And I want you to say to them very specifically, You are guiltless. You are innocent. And say their name. And you, in your guiltlessness, is your freedom, is your healing, and mine too. Give them that message. Teach them that. Fulfill your one and only role by giving them that message. And then tune into how it feels within you to have taught that. And just rest a moment more in that feeling within yourself, where you are fulfilling your one and only function as a teacher of God. How does that feel within you? How does it feel to know that you are fulfilling your function as a teacher of God? How does it feel within you to know that you just saved the world 1,000 years of suffering? You just brought the world's healing 1,000 years closer. How does that feel? How's that feel in you? Breathe that in. Enjoy that. Let that feeling heal your self-doubt. Beautiful. And then just take a breath, then bring your awareness back to your body, sitting in this chair, in this room, in this place. Beautiful. All right. Very nicely done, teachers of God. 1 hour on a Sunday and you just saved the world. We just saved the world thousands of years toward its peace. Not bad for a Sunday afternoon for 1 hour.
Will that be on the recording too?
What, the meditation? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all right, well, thank you guys for being here. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for being here, helping me to let it come through me so that I could have it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, Anna.
you're
Thank
so
you.
welcome.
Lynn,